how the spirit becomes a soul. So the soul and the spirit are the same thing, and the soul comes from the spirit becomes a soul. How does that happen? So pretty much here's what happened. All of us, right, have the same spirit. Everything around us has the same spirit. The spirit is the energy that sustains us, right? So it's like the sun. The sun sustains all life, right? The sun, the same energy sustains all life. Now, the spirit is not the sun, but it's an example. The sun is like the spirit. It sustains all life. You feel me? Now, with that shit being said, right? How does that become a soul? The spirit becomes a soul once the spirit becomes conscious, once it achieves some level of self-awareness. So people with no souls, right, just have spirits that are not self-aware. They cannot perceive the self. They can perceive their own thoughts, emotions, and personality maybe, but that is not the self. The true self, right, once that is perceived, that's where morality comes into play, because you actually see that as the true self, you truly do underlie everything. You really are the earth, the stars, the other people, and shit like that yet. Now, if you don't see that yet, it's not no hippie bullshit. You just haven't realized it yet, and that's a fucking fact. The self, what you truly are, does underlie everything. It's just that you are not you, the personality, and that's why your personality does not underlie everything. It's you, what you actually are, underlies everything. You got to go beyond your personality and stuff like that. You feel me? To actually understand that concept, that will make you want to stop littering. It'll make you want to stop hurting people. All that other bullshit. You feel me? Literally. Now, some people hit that point at times. They see the self at times, but it's not always firmly established. And I'm gonna make a video about that shit. So with that shit being said, right, the spirit can become self-aware. It mainly becomes self-aware through human bodies or animal bodies, but it can happen in other bodies or outer body too. You feel me? My whole entire point is, though, people with no soul just have a spirit that's not self-aware. When you have a soul, your spirit is self-aware. You have became aware of yourself. You feel me? The true self, and therefore that spirit has not became a soul. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, and therefore that soul is seen as more individual than the spirit, because once I become a soul, right? Because the spirit is the biggest energy, right? Boom, it flows through me and shit like that. It becomes a soul, right? Boom, it becomes a focalized point of awareness, right? Boom, okay, that could be seen as separate from other shit. You feel me? Because now other souls will be this aware, like they may not have the same awareness as me, therefore we can act differently and stuff like that. So when the spirit achieves some level of consciousness, not full consciousness, but some level of it, you feel me, it has some level of self-awareness, that's when it becomes a soul, and it becomes an individual thing at that point, because now it can have a awareness of a fucking 3, someone else has a fucking 5, other one has a fucking 2, someone has a 7 and shit like that. You feel me? But they're all aware on some level, shit like that. You feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. That's where the soul comes from. It just comes from the spirit becoming aware of itself. And yeah, peace.